I feel like for such a long time you have been wandering. You have been walking around, both in the spiritual and the physical, attempting to find out exactly what your spiritual niche is, right? Like where you fit in, where you belong, because you felt like such an outcast for a long time, or you felt like an outcast in comparison to your surroundings, your environment, and even to other people that are in your world collective. And I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, that is completely valid and understandable, especially in today's world where people feel the need to be so vocal about what they believe in, what they don't believe in, and what they align with. And you have been just like, I don't align with none of this. And you've taken this journey to find your own timeline, to shift accordingly, to be where you need to be, to live how you live, in spite, despite of all of the outside pressures, the outside world that's carrying on. And quite frankly, collective, I'm here for that. Tap in. You know, it is powerful to know that you get to guide and govern what comes to you, how you react to what comes to you, and what you accept and reject. Okay, that is a part of governing your life. That is a part of governing your journey, is that you get to reject and accept what is coming to you. Okay, tap in. I really love that. And there is a disconnect, and I'm telling you there's a disconnect because you guys see it, I see it, we know what's floating out there in this world. Okay, and I feel like there is a total disconnect between those who understand the power that they have in their own lives and those who don't. Tap in. And people who don't understand that they have a say so somewhere in their lives, whether it is accepting a reality or disconnecting from a reality, whether it is ushering in their new timeline, whether it is believing in something or not believing in something, whatever it is that they are rejecting or accepting, whatever it is they're ushering in their own timeline, it is very clear that the true distinction is not whether or not they can govern, but whether or not they are choosing to grow. Whew, tap in, collective. And that is a big freaking deal. We really have to sit back and look at those who are willing to invest in their growth and those who are willing to let time go by without investing in their growth. Oh my gosh, tap in. Looking at the Five of Wands right here. Yeah, it's about what you are standing for, what you are up against, and what you are standing for. Tap in, because we know, collective, we know that we are up against so much, not just what's going on in the world, in the outside world, but what's going on within us. Not just what's going on a political or geopolitical spectrum, but what's going on in our geopolitics of family and friends and our immediate circle. Tap in. And I feel like a lot of people dismiss what you've been going through, collective, simply because they want to say to you, or they want to say, oh, there are bigger things, there are bigger problems that are happening in the world besides what's going on with you. But what's going on with you is a reflection of what's happening out here in the world. And what's going on with you is a reflection of how you are dealing with the outside world. Tap in. Now, a lot of people are choosing to disconnect from the outside world. You know what? I understand. But that still doesn't mean that you disconnecting from the outside world doesn't mean that you're not disconnecting from your immediate world. These are two different things. You see what I'm saying? And when I look at the Five of Wands, it lets me know, like, what is lighting your fire? Truly. What is lighting your fire? What is pleasing to you? What is wholesome to you? What is fulfilling to you? Tap in. And I feel like you are at this threshold, this precipice of what is truly happening in your world, that you have to make a decision on whether or not you are going to contribute to your growth, or are you going to be around people who contribute to their growth, or are you going to hide from the world, collective? And a few months ago, I had did this message where I said the collective is coming outside. And I felt that, and I meant that. I meant it in a physical way, like the collective wants to be seen. That was like the beginning of the summertime. Like the collective wants to be seen. They feel good. They look good. But also the collective is spiritually coming outside because there is an opportunity to not just heal themselves, but heal others. There's an opportunity to not just love on themselves, but love others unapologetically and without asking for anything in return. My God. And that absolutely contributes to growth. Oh my gosh, it contributes to positive growth when you know that you get to give yourself in a way to other people at your discretion without expecting something major in return, or without the people that you decide to give to looking to get you. You get to be absolutely selective. Collective, you get to be as strict as you want to be. That's why I really like this government energy that's coming out. It's like you putting down the spiritual judicial hammer on these hoes. Tap in, and I really love this for you. So at the beginning, while you were wandering around, while you were trying to find your place, the fact of the matter is that you created your own space. You created your own time. You created where you needed to be and where you needed to go. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I guarantee you, collective, I say it now, I say it later, I said it before. People gonna have a problem with that. People gonna have a problem with that. So while we looking at the Five of Wands, and you like, yeah, I'm backed by the best, baby. I'm backed by who I need to be backed by. I know who's on my side. I know how to see the enemy when it's coming. Just like you got that, understand that it's going to be people who looking right back at you with their own Five of Wands energy trying to go against you, collective. And you know what? That's raggedy. I don't even like what? Like, what are we talking about right now? That is some raggedy stuff that's going on. What you mean? But as I keep saying, and this keeps coming up, and I feel like this is going to be something that continuously shows up as we further our message in this breakthrough season, in our birthright seasons, and in our blessing seasons, that people are angry that you are in alignment with God. People are angry that you have a relationship with God. Look, the Two of Wands, yeah, big decision, big movements. Big movements, understanding the power that you yield, understanding where you're going, understanding how time is working with you and not against you. And let me tell you something, collective. Okay, I know what my algorithm looks like. I know exactly who and what age is in my algorithm. Tap in. Now we are about split down the middle with male to female ratio. Okay, we got 49% men and we got 51% women. So I feel like that's split down the middle. But when it comes to age, I know that we grown. We grown. So we know that time is an essence. It is of the essence. It is an essence. It is something that is beautiful. We have watched people make it. We have seen people not make it. We have watched people win, lose, and win again. And we watch people lose and stay down because they didn't believe in themselves. And I'm telling you, collective, with this Two of Wands looking directly at time, looking directly at something that is truly precious, not just to the world, but to you, because you understand how finite amount of time you have on the face of this planet, collective. Seeing this Two of Wands lets me know that you understand the purpose. You understand the mission. You understand when you step outside what needs to be handled, what needs to be given. Tap in, collective. It seems so easy. It seems so easy to say or to feel like you don't have it in you to give to the world, collective. I am someone who is very big on volunteering. I've been volunteering since I was in diapers. My mama made sure I volunteered. My papa made sure I volunteered. My grandmother made sure I volunteered. My schools made sure I volunteered. I volunteer every chance I get. Okay. And I feel like what you are about to give to the world is something that is built from the love that you have to give. And that's something that the collective can never keep down, even though the enemy does its best to try to keep you down, collective. The fact of the matter is, boo, you have so much in you to give. And instead of turning to family, instead of turning to friends or people who present themselves as friends, instead of turning to people who don't appreciate you. This is a message that invites you to find a space where your love is accepted. Find a space where your energy is accepted and respected. Ooh, tap in. Because when you find those spaces, collective, what ends up coming out, ooh, look at Wheel of Fortune. What ends up coming out is a better version of yourself. What ends up coming out is a representation of who you truly are, which is someone who's been looking to give while receiving. You are looking to love while being loved, right? You're just looking for a mutual exchange. And it's been so long since you had that respectfully, since people have honored your journey, that it almost feels like the antithesis of healing, putting yourself out to heal. What? That sounds crazy. But it's not when you really think about how powerful you are. When you think about how powerful your healing abilities are, collective, I'm telling you. Woo-wee. Governing to growth. Going into growth, we see the Eight of Swords here. And you know what? Yeah, it's because most people, and you know, I'm guilty of it, and I know the world. Listen, we all guilty of it because we see the world so materialistically from time to time. We can be blinded to hide certain parts of us so that it doesn't integrate fully into a materialistic world. Tap in where everything that's happening is being judged off of what you wear, what you look like, how you present, what you say, all of that, right? What kind of job you got, what kind of car you got. We hide ourselves in a way. But when you coming outside like this with a mission to heal and be healed, like that flow of energy, when you're coming out with that mission, you are blinding yourself to the outside world because you're guided by your internal system. You're guided by your internal compass of what is fulfilling, collective. Oh my gosh. And this leads to growth, and you have no choice but to go towards growth, collective. Tap in. I love this for you. This is major. This is major because it shifts the mindset from I've been hurt, I've been in pain, I've been scolded, I've been used, I've been lied to, you know what? Yes, all those things happen to me, but that still doesn't mean that this inkling that I have in me doesn't belong out there in the world. This is a call to step outside, not to step outside, but to step outside of yourself and find where your superpowers, your spiritual superpowers, will be used for good. Tap in. Oh, I love this, collective. I had no idea that this message was going to come out like this. My goodness. And even looking at this Wheel of Fortune, understanding this cycle, this what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Cyclical, this cyclical movement of respect, right? Of honor, of love, of healing, of trust. You're going to start learning to trust yourself even more. And even those that are in their journey, like, girl, I trust myself 100%. I don't need none of this. Like, there is something powerful about giving back. Okay. And you know there's something powerful about giving back because you are hurt when people don't give back. You know what this feels like. So I need you to really tap into this message, collective, and understand that the way that time will honor you is by you honoring it. What are you going to do with your time? What is the world going to say about you when your time is up? My time is up. Their time's up. Like, what is the world going to say about you? And I feel like these are seeds that will continuously be sown, not just for the here and now, but for your children and your children's children. Collective, tap in. I absolutely adore this message. Tap in. What else you got to say? It's powerful. It's powerful to know that, like, and it's almost like it's existential. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not a crisis. It's a realization that one day listen, y'all. Like I said, we grown. We know that eventually we're gonna close our eyes for the last time. And hopefully it's not until we get way older. Okay, I want to live till I'm 110. Okay, at least 103 like my great grandmother. But we know for a fact that our eyes close for the last time. And what's the mark that we want to leave here? How much energy have we given? Have we sown into the world? I feel like this message is here to not just awaken you to what you can give, but how this sows your lineage in the grace of God. I said it. I absolutely said it. My goodness. Powerful, powerful, powerful. What else do you have for this message? Shoot, that might just be the message, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Look, I already know for a fact 8 of Swords coming out twice. Yeah, but the first 8 of Swords, let's check it out. The first 8 of Swords, you blinded to the world. The second 8 of Swords, you see the world exactly what it is. A sequence, a cycle that can be built by you. That it's a grand design. And that there are roads that could be built for you once you recognize that what you have to give don't have to be given to your close circle. It can be given to those who are truly depleted. Because listen, I know what it's like to be depleted. You know what it's like to be depleted, and you know what it's like when you have space and don't have space. And collective, if you are someone who doesn't have the space to give right now, then take this message when you need. I want you to save it into your playlist. I want you to save it in the playlist that says messages for future me. Ooh, tap in. Yes. I want you to, if this does not resonate for you right now because you do not have the capacity, I want you to create a playlist that says messages for future me and save this message. Because you're not always going to be in a position where you can't give. God is not going to allow you to be depleted forever and ever and ever. You're going to have space. And when it's time for you to show up and you're like, whoa, I done cleaned my slate. I done cleaned people around me. I'm open, but I need a fresh start. Your fresh start is going to be in a space that truly does need you. And it won't look like the family that you started with. It might not look like the friends that you started with. It might not look like the job that you started with. This might be your secret mission. Tap in. And looking at the tower under time, we know that is sacred. We know that our world is spinning on a pillar of everything that God has given us. So what are we going to do with that? Oh my gosh. Whew. Tap in. Looking at the Page of Cups, absolutely. I'm telling you, fulfillment. A lot of y'all looking for the key to happiness. The key to happiness is giving back. And I'm not just talking about, now you got it, and this is the only way you can give at the moment. I'm not just talking about financial compensation, because listen, money make the world go round and people need to survive. But giving back with your time, giving back with your chronos, giving back with a meter, giving back with something that you can't give back, which is your time and your energy, to those who build their own blocks to that next level, baby. That's next level. And I hope that you heed this as a word of love. And I hope that you heed this with an understanding that, baby, the way you don't know you're going to help people just by showing up for them, oh my gosh. It's so easy in this space to talk about what people have taken from us. It's easy to talk about how people have betrayed us. But it's not easy to talk about how we transmute that energy. Ooh, 10 of cups. It's not easy to talk about how can we transmute this pain into something that is much more powerful. And the way to do that is understanding that we can heal ourselves by giving time to others when we have that space. Tap in. It also helps cure the loneliness epidemic. And I've been talking to y'all about how, especially this younger generation, listen, okay? We are watching the younger generation melt away within Chat GPT and other AI forums because they don't know how to process their energy, because they don't know what it means to give time to heal themselves, to connect with other humans, to see life worse than what it could be, to understand what it's like to be in that position and not have anybody. You get to be that body for somebody. Oh my goodness. Tap in. Looking at that 10 of cups. Yeah, you get to be that body for somebody. I'm not talking about taking on somebody else's pain, because when you give your time unapologetically and without expecting anything in return from the people you're giving to, you're showing up in a space that otherwise wasn't going to be filled. Oh my gosh, collective. I love this. With the Knight of Swords, it's a message. It's a word. It's a divine message. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Understand. Oh my gosh. Just looking at this Knight of Swords is absolutely, this is the word. This is what was put on my heart, really on my spirit. And I've been thinking about it. And I've also got to take my own advice, because I got to go out there and dedicate more time than what I've already given. So shoot, this was a word for me and a word for you, collective. And the word is, it's okay to step outside of yourself, even if it's 1 hour a month, where you can give back to somebody or an interest that needs your time. Your time. Yes, it is of the essence, and it is an essence. And it must be respected and honored. And it will be when you understand that people are in the same time loop as you and they need healing just by you being present. That's beautiful. You're looking for fulfillment. You're looking for an opportunity to thrive. You're looking for a place to go. You're looking for how you can find yourself again. Oh, because trust and believe, when you go through the motions of loss, you have to start on a path to find yourself again. And what better way to find yourself again than by giving your time to others who haven't even made it to the point of finding themselves again, who don't even have the capacity to start looking. Tap in, collective. I want you to sip on that cup of tea. And while you sipping on that cup of tea, I want you to remember that less than the cost of a cup of tea, you can join the Crown Circle, which is my YouTube membership, for $2.99 a month. My gosh, baby. You get your weekly briefings. You get exclusive conversations like my Crown Chambers. Oh my gosh. My Crown Chambers about to be off the chain, baby, okay? High-level conversations about what's going on in the world, my hopes and my dreams for you, collective, maybe even a little bit of prayer, baby, okay? Listen, masterclasses, ideas, blog posts, all live within the Crown Circle community. And for $2.99 a month, you can join Collective. Time heals. Not just wounds, but you. It converts you into someone who is approachable, lovable, and magnetic. Oh, love it for you, Collective. It is so. Knight of Swords. Collective, I love you guys so much. Thank you for staying tuned for this message. If you love this message, please share it. That is the biggest thing you can do for this channel is share this message. Share it on Pinterest, share it on Facebook, share it with yourself in the email. Just let YouTube know that we are giving out loving, prophetic messages here that help expand the mindset in the world. I want you to find not just your power, but your divine purpose. My name is Cass Young Crown. I'm an intuitive prophetic speaker, and you will find me right here on these YouTube screens, baby, pouring love and life into you, okay? All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.